are live. Share. Okay. Uh, okay. So I'm trying to invite people to join live. Trying to wait for people. You're welcome to my life. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome to my life. Today we're talking about depression, how to cope with depression, how to cope with depression. Okay, so it's live, so I'm trying to invite my friends to join my live. So that's why I am on the phone and just clicking, clicking, kick, kick, kick. Okay, so yes. So today we're talking about how to cope with depression. So I'm just going to wait a minute for people to join so we can start. Okay, so okay, I'm done with sending invite, trying to wake my friends up, everybody to join my live. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Okay, so today we are talking about how to cope with depression. You know, how to cope with depression. We know a lot of people have, they don't even know they are depressed until it has gotten to the a bad stage. So, how do you cope with depression? How to cope with depression? And I have a guest that's coming. Her name is Stella. We normally do this on Facebook. We talk with Stella and Mercy on Facebook, but now we decide we are going to make it international. We're going to do it on YouTube live. So hi, say hello so I can see who is coming in. Please say hello. Thank you. Okay, so normally we do it on Facebook, but now we're like, okay, we're gonna be doing it on YouTube. So she should join in about 4 minutes. She should join in about 4 minutes. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm just going to start because I know people are gonna watch this later on. Meanwhile, let me invite. Okay, so today we are talking about how to cope with depression, and I'm going to stage. I have six hows how to cope with depression. I was hoping like people will come so we can interact, because that's why I prefer face YouTube so we can interact. So how do you cope with depression? Stay in touch. I think that's one of the things a lot of people, should do. Stay in touch. When you feel depressed, I'm just going to list them out. Then when my guests come, we will emphasize on it. So number one I have here is stay in touch. Number two, be more active. Hello, please, hi. Please like as you come. Ah, hi. Hey, mama. Please like as you come. Just click on the like and like as you come. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining my life. Today, I'm talking about how to cope with depression. How to cope with depression, and I have a guest coming in probably in a minute. Hey guys, you're welcome to my life. Please, as you come, just like my life and you can share with your friends so they can join my live on YouTube, because we normally do this on Facebook, but then we were like, okay, thank you. Please share my life. Mama Alice, thank you. Ah, Alice, I dey greet you now. Trouble. Trouble. Please share with everybody in your household. Let them come. Sorry, no verse. No, no, don't leave. No leave, no leave. Sorry. I dey greet you. Alice. How is Williams? Please share with your household that I am live, that they should all come. They should join my life. Okay. So let me, don't go, stay. Oh. Okay, so let me start again. Today we are talking about how to cope with depression. Stay in touch is my first point. Be more active, face your fears. Don't drink too much alcohol. Try to eat healthy and have a routine. Those are the topic we are emphasizing on today. How to deal with depression is what we are talking about today. How to deal with depression. So we have a couple of things that we have, talked about in the past, and you just say, I'm not depressed. I do not need this topic. You don't know when you will need it. You should just, there's no knowledge that is wasted. You might have friends that will need it in the future. You might have, people, you just come across somebody that is depressed. All these are what you carry on with them. All these are what you hold. The knowledge you already know is what you help them to grow with, help them to get over depression. And thank you for coming to my life. Please, as you come, you can say something so I can see and acknowledge your presence. And please like my life. Please like my life. Now let's talk about the number one. Keep in touch. When depression wants to set in, it just make you to isolate yourself. You start feeling the whole world is against you. You start feeling some kind of way, and you just all these things is not you, it is the situation. So keep in touch with people that will add values to you, instead of just sitting down and saying instead of just isolating yourself from people. You start thinking, oh, XYZ do not love me or does not love me, or you just isolate yourself. So keep in touch with people, be around people that will help you through that depression. Then number two, be more active. When you start to feel depressed, like situation tries to weigh you down, be more active. Go out. Do not let there. We have three stages of depression. We have the normal one that people just go through once a while, that they might just be sad, they just feel like locking themselves in because a particular deal does not click. All those little ones, it doesn't really affect much. Then you have the The mild one, the one that is, you know that you're depressed, but then you just don't want to see anybody. You get over it. It comes and goes. It's just times and times again, times and times like that. And then you have the last one that just sets in. That one almost never goes away. That's the one that you see people killing themselves. People feel they are not worthy of living. And it might be triggered by something. It might be triggered by a heartbreak. Maybe somebody break your heart and you just feel, I'm not good enough, I'm not this enough, I'm not this enough. And then all of a sudden you just let it go. You just drain yourself in that thought and start feeling you're not worthy of living. And depression sets in. You don't want to see anybody. You feel the world is a scam. You feel men is a scam. So that is the chronic one we're talking about. So be more active. Do not isolate yourself when you start feeling any kind of depression. Depression is a very, very, very bad thing. You see some people living in a house unkept. All those are some stages of depression. You see people, there's a video I saw a man, lived in a house, and everything he eats, he just leaves it there. And the house was so polluted, was a mess. It was taking people to help him clean up. He did not even shower. He did not do anything. He was just there feeling, sorry for himself. So that's another stage of depression. Now we have number three, face your fear. Now number two, we said be more active. Be active. You can go for exercise, you can go to the gym, you can cook, you can try to be out there. Just try to be out there no matter what it is. Just go outside. Just outside. Be out there. Don't be inside. Don't be indoors. Don't drain yourself in your own thoughts. Be around be around people. Don't sit down at home and just be more active. Then number next, okay, we talked about face your fear. Now facing your fear when you are depressed is that, what is that thing that triggered you? What is that thing that made you be in that state of depression? How did you get into such a horrible place? You were depressed. Sometimes I know I can be sad, and sometimes I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to take calls. I don't want to be around people. Just thinking of being around somebody can just trigger something in me. So sometimes I try to like stay on my own as much as possible. But that one is just normal. Well, some people say that is me. I like to be, especially when things are not, I'm not feeling the atmosphere. I kind of stay on my own. That does not make me depressed. But when it's depression, is when it just lingers, it takes time. You just keep going day by day, day by day. You can be happy alone. That's what I'm trying to say. I am happy by myself. I love being on my own. I love my own company. But when it's depression is when you hate everybody. You feel the world is against you. Now, we say face your fear. What is that thing that triggered you to be in that position? What triggered you to start feeling the whole world, nobody loves you? Why? What happened? So face whatsoever triggered you. That is where your answer is. That's where you know that, okay, I was triggered by this thing. This is exactly what got me to this position. Then face it. When you know what the problem is actually solved. It is when you do not know what the problem is when you do not know that, okay, this is how I ended up in this vulnerable position. That is when you start having, that's when you know that, okay, there's a problem. So knowing what triggered your depression, it's a solution on its own. What triggered that depression? How did I get into this place of depression? How did I start feeling depressed? Face your fear. Understand that depression is being triggered. Hey, Mama Etel, how are you? I've been trying to call you since morning. Meanwhile, you're here now, so I know you're okay. Please share my life. Let everybody in your household turn on Mercy. So you just dey see my message, Abby. Yes, I did. Yeah, okay. I did. Yeah. Okay, I did here too. Please like my life as well. Like my life. You can share on Facebook. Just share and remain, please. Remain. Don't go anywhere, remain. Thank you. Okay, so we talked about facing your fear. Your fear might be that thing that triggered you into being that person, into that vulnerable state. How did you get into the full-time depression? When you are able to acknowledge what that is, trust me, it is a problem solved. My troublemaker. Okay, I told them to go and tell her. Oh, thank you so much, Mama. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Don't drink too much alcohol. When some people are depressed, they tend to drink too much. They just keep drinking. They just, drink themselves. It is not a problem. You're not solving a problem by creating a problem. You are not solving any kind of problem by creating more. You're damaging your liver. You are not, the problem will still be there. The pain will still be there. Alcohol does not make you now feel happy or it does not make you happy. At that moment, you might forget that you were depressed. You might just forget that, okay, I am there's something going on with me. You start being happy. That's where you see people being into drugs. They start being they'll be abusive towards drugs. Sorry, guys. Okay. So you see where when people are depressed, they tend to be abusive towards drugs. You just see them, smoking, drinking. It damages them. Alcohol does not make you forget your pain. At that point, it forgets the pain, but the pain remains there. When your eyes are clear, when you are not intoxicated or your system is clear, you will still have to face the problem. So what is the point when you are depressed, you start drinking alcohol, or when you are sad, you just take alcohol? The problem will always remain. You will still be there thinking, okay, I still have to deal with this problem. It will always be there. So drinking alcohol when you're depressed or being on drugs will not solve the problem. It only adds to your problem, and it might now cause serious health issues. So, number five, try to eat healthy. I mean, this part is what every one of us struggles with. Not only this particular one is not only for depressed people. It's not only when you are depressed. Sometimes, I mean, I told myself at the beginning of the year, I am not going to drink Coca-Cola. That I'm not going to drink Coca-Cola. Trust me, I think I forgot what I told myself, that I'm going to be healthy this year, and I started drinking. I've drank this year, maybe I've drank 3 or 4 Coca Cola, But then when you start feeling depressed, it's not the time you now start taking in, you now let your diet off the roof. Just eat, uh, eat moderately and be on a diet. Now, what diet helps you do is to relieve you. You can just be relieved about everything. Stress will not come to you. You just know you're on a diet. And when you're on a diet, it makes you lighter. You are lighter when you're on a diet. You become really light when you're on a diet. So yes, when you feel depressed, try to be on a diet. That helps your immune system. That helps you. I would suggest that if you start feeling any kind of depression, try vitamin C, vitamin D, um omega 369. All these can help your mood to, can boost your mood. Instead of, isolating yourself, talk to people that I'm coming to diet. So be on a diet. Now the last one is have a routine. When I mean a routine, I mean a routine. Okay. Uh-huh. So when you feel depressed, oh, she left. When you feel depressed, have a routine. Let me see now. Invite again. Just have a routine. Your morning routine can be you wake up in the morning, you say your prayers, you brush your teeth, no matter what. You brush your teeth, you have your dress on or your clothes on, your trousers on. Just make sure you have something on. So then you get into the kitchen, cook. If you feel like taking a walk when you are depressed, do it. Have a routine. Don't wake up without expectations. Now, what I do is that sometimes when I feel some kind of way, I have some specific routine I do. Now, what is Messi? What is your routine? This is my routine. I wake up in the morning, I say my prayers, I play music. Now that helps my mood. Sometimes, I mean, I know I'm not the only person. When I wake up, I get too tired. I don't even want to pray. Then I just play music. Music also puts you, whether music has a spirit that makes you, music has a spirit that make you depressed, or that's why when you see people when they put um let's say emotional music, they get emotional. They just really get emotional. They just start acting, oh yeah, they start, they get emotional. Some people when they put like love music, they just start being in love. You just see. Can you straighten your camera? You're welcome. Oh god, can you hear me? Stella, you are paused. Stella, can you hear
This.
me? Uh-huh. Straighten
Okay.
it, straighten it.
I have to go down and bring the other tripod.
No, just you can put it like this, like straight,
Yeah,
because
my tripod is not. Let me show you something.
yeah.
It's just this YouTube. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Okay, I was trying to go live on my laptop, but so this tripod I can't put it straight. I have to go and bring the other one.
You have to send it through the other phone. I can't open it. I'm using this phone. I saw it came in, but I cannot access it. Okay. Okay.
So I
Yeah,
have to
but
go.
yeah, maybe just leave it standing, then go get that one because it doesn't look good.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so like I said, we have Stella, and today is Talk with Stella and Messi. So we are going to talk more. You feel depressed. Today we are strictly talking about depression. Today we're strictly talking about depression and how to get up, how to cope with depression. Now, I was talking about number 6, that having to have a routine. For some reason, I mean, I've been through depression in the past, and that is why I am determined. This topic, I can go on and on and on how to help yourself cope with depression. how to cope with depression. So have a routine. Wake up in the morning, say your prayers, do what makes you happy. I was talking about music. Okay, Stella, we talked about this is the topic, how to cope with depression. And I made mention of six things to do on how to ways to cope with depression. Number one ways is stay in touch, don't isolate yourself. Number two way is be more active. Number three is face your fear. That's what triggered your depression. Why are you depressed? There must be something that triggered it. So you need to face that thing. Number four is don't drink too much alcohol because it's never going to go away. The problem will still be there. For that minute, you might enjoy the alcohol, but it's not going to go away. Number five is try to eat healthy. Try to eat healthy. That one I know, even me, I'm struggling with it. Then the last number is have a routine. How to cope with depression is the topic in case you're just coming in. And we have, today is our normal talk with Mercy, normally on Facebook. But then we say, okay, since we can do this on YouTube, it will be better for everybody because a lot of people are not on Facebook. So yes, we decided to start doing it here on YouTube every Sunday. But all the week, sometimes I come live. Like tomorrow, I know I'm coming live on YouTube as well. So yeah, we have a different topic. And if you have anything you want to say, please, I read the comments. So please come on. So babe, what's up? Have you invited your people?
Yeah, yeah. Chijinaka. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. I forgot to tell them earlier. I was so busy with
Yeah,
Daisy
because
and
we
everything.
didn't we didn't like plan it that it was going to be on
Yeah,
YouTube.
I've
So
been
yeah,
I had like a very crazy week. So
yeah, I can
mm,
imagine.
yeah.
I can imagine. So
I
let's
had
talk.
crazy week, so usually we're supposed to plan this and
Yeah, yeah. Nothing
uh,
was planned.
it
It
wasn't.
literally came up this morning.
Yeah. So what's up, everybody? Who is here with us? How are you guys
You can't
doing?
see them until they say something.
Ah,
It's
okay.
YouTube. But if it's Facebook, you'll be able to see them.
See, yeah.
But they can send when they say something, you see the how do you call it? You can see the
The
comments.
chat.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
and you can see. But
Yeah.
now, whatever.
But Messi has said it all, about depression, how to cope and how to survive depression.
How to
So,
cope with depression.
how to cope with depression.
And
So,
I think we should.
isolating yourself is not a good idea anyway.
Okay, so the first thing I talked about, which I think we should expatiate on,
Mm,
is keep in touch. That's the first point. Then the second
yeah.
point, no, we should take it one step at a time. So, stay in touch is the first point.
Mm, yeah. So,
What's your
staying in
thoughts?
touch. Yeah, of course. When you say staying in touch, you can't just stay in touch with everybody. You have to,
Yeah.
you know, you should know the people you can trust to stay in touch with, because if you try to communicate with every other person when you're depressed, like
Mhm.
you trying to communicate, you have to talk about your problems, and on the process of talking about your problems, you don't even know if that person is actually happy that you're going through that situation, or the person is feeling sorry for you. And we cannot read people's minds, because most people just laugh at you, smile with you, and they're behind you. They are different person
Castigating.
entirely. Yes, some people can rejoice over your downfall. So sometimes, like me, I was there was a time I was really depressed. I couldn't talk to anyone because I was scared of, oh, what are they going to say? They're going to mock me, they're going to laugh me, because I know that the people around me, the people surrounding me at that time were not real. They were not real friends. So I couldn't talk to them. I just kept everything to myself, and I isolated myself, which was very bad because it could have killed me then. So the thing I did was I was just prayerful. I was praying at that point in my life. I was so close to God, and I tried to go out alone. I tried to go do the things that makes me happy alone. I couldn't like involve somebody. So, but along the line, I knew that was a terrible idea because not everybody could have survived it. Some people on the process could have lost it because mentally I wasn't like totally stable. I didn't know what I was doing. So now, talking to someone or looking for somebody to talk to, well, if you can do it with a professional, it's fine. Like talk to a therapist. Otherwise, if
And
you're
meanwhile,
close
we have a
to,
therapist in the house. We have Apostle Priscilla. She's a therapist. She has a YouTube channel called Divine Relationship. So she deals
okay,
on heartbreak, relationship. So yes, you can
okay,
follow her as well.
so you can talk to a therapist, which is like there you know that your secrets are safe, because it's professional. And then if you have a good relationship with your mother or any of your sister who is matured enough to understand what you're going through, and you know that, oh, these people are your family, oh, they won't laugh you. It depends because not everybody wants to do that with their family. Some people might not even understand or have that knowledge on how to help someone or a sibling or a family member out of that situation. So you could talk to them. Then if you have a friend, that you can rely on, you can trust, then you can talk to that person. So,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
then there's a possibility that you can meet a total stranger who is
True.
totally amazing, who is trustworthy, who is a God sent. You can relate to that person. You can talk about your situation with that person, and then you're fine. So either way,
No.
but
The,
talking helps a lot.
true.
Talking helps a lot because there are some situations that mentally they can destroy you, physically and spiritually. You just see yourself going, like you're going, you don't even know what is wrong with you. And you keep accumulating those things inside, and then if you don't talk to someone, you might explode even without knowing. So talking is very, very important when you are going through depression. It could be depression of any sort. It could be depression of relationship abuse. It could be depression of financial problems. It could be depression of things not moving the way you want it. It could be depression of you not getting to where you want to be. So it could be anything that will push you to depression. So talking is very important. Yeah.
Okay. So our next point is, meanwhile, what you said was, was good. So the next point is number two, be active. Like how to cope with depression. Number two, be active.
Active in what area are you talking about?
Like
It
don't just stay
depends.
indoors. People can just, when they are
Yeah.
depressed, yeah, they can just
Mm,
be in a form of isolation. They can
yeah,
be at
yeah.
home and not,
Isolation. Yeah.
yeah.
Isolating yourself from people is a bad idea. I find myself in divine relationship. Talking is healing. Yes, thank you. That's the
Yeah, she
point.
was the one I was talking
I
about.
Yeah, I found myself in a situation where I isolated myself from people, and that was the worst time of my life. So I had wished then that I communicate with people. I had wished then that I associate myself with people. So it was actually the worst time of my life. That if I wasn't a strong person, it could have killed me because
Great.
I was scared. I don't want people to laugh at me. I didn't want people to mock me. I didn't want people to tell me things like, oh, I thought you know it, or no, it's not because I know it all, but it's because I found myself in that situation that I didn't trust the people around me. I had
Mm.
this insecurity because I know them very well. So at that time, I isolated myself with them. Yeah, but I was going out. I was, I was somehow active. I was doing things my own way. I love exercising. I was going for sport. I was exercising. I was going for jogging. I was going for all kinds of activities that I love doing, but I was doing it alone, which wasn't good. You should do it with somebody, it helps to heal. But I was doing it alone. I was still depressed. It wasn't helping me at all. So yes, staying active is very important. You just have to find the things you like, associate with people, go out with people, even if you're not talking to those people, like even if you're not telling them, oh, this is what I'm going through, but you need them because the you being in a gathering, like you being in the mix of people can help you at that moment to forget about thinking. But if you're alone doing the things you love doing, you're still gonna think about those things, those things that are pushing you into depression. You're still gonna think about them. You're still gonna be like, oh my god, oh how am I gonna get myself out of this situation? But when you're active with people, friends, family, you go out, you socialize with them, you find yourself like you find yourself living again. At
Mhm.
some point you can even not think about what you're going through, not until you get home, and by the time you get home or you're exhausted, you go to you take your shower, then you go to bed, and that's it. So I think, yeah, being active, staying active, associating with people is very, very, very important when
I
one is
think
going
this
through
this
depression.
this next question, or this next point, is just going to come directly to you. How did you face your fear? How did you overcome it? Because for me, I know that one way I overcame when I was really depressed was I talked, like, I can just call anybody because I don't care. I will call anybody and I will just pour my heart. Apostle Priscilla is here. She was my main goal, my
Why do
first
you call
goal.
her Apostle
She's
Priscilla?
an
Is she some?
apostle.
She's like a pastor or a preacher kind of.
Yes.
Okay.
So she, I will just call her and I will just talk, talk. She will give me ears. I will just be talking. Inside that talk, there's answers. So she prays with me, and after everything, I will not even remember again. I will just go about my business. So yes, I think that was how I faced my fear and conquered it. So yeah, how did you overcome depression?
At that
But
time,
the point was face your fear, number 3 points. Yeah.
hmm, at that time in my life, I can't really remember, but I knew that the thing I was going through, I've had so many um situations that got me depressed, but this time around was when I was trying to relocate from Nigeria. I had applied in so many countries and my visas were have been denied, and I've been wasting money paying agents, and it was like all the money I saved, to relocate from Nigeria because I was done with school. And at that time, I had this relationship with a guy who had moved out of Nigeria. And the plan was, oh, let me move to the country where he is, or whichever country where I am. From there, I'll go and meet him. So at that point in my life, I was just, I had no clue what was going on.
Mm.
I just found myself in a hole where I was wasting money. My money was just going. There was no um like there was no positive thing coming back. Is it that my passport is being seized for many months, or I've been denied visas, or the agent is delaying, there's no submit, they cannot submit yet, the money is gone, the agent is not picking, the visa has been denied, the money, that one is gone and they can't do a refund, passport has been seized by embassy, they cannot return the passport. So
God.
it was a crazy year for me. It was a whole 365 days crazy year for me. And I was isolating myself from people because I know, oh, this one's gonna, oh, why? Because even some people, they know, oh, this is what she's doing, and then they try to discourage you and say things that you'll be
I
like, oh, why
think
do you have
I
to?
think you should make some reservation on that relocation and immigration stuff, so that maybe one of these days we will talk strictly about the migrating
Yeah.
problems and how we solved ours. Because I mean, I have a bunch of my stories too.
Yeah. So I think how I faced my fears was, oh, the last time I then applied, my passport was then seized. And then I'm like, okay, that's it. I give up, I'm done. God, whatever you want to do with me now, just, do it with me. I'm done because,
Leaving it in the hands of God.
yeah, I left everything in the hands of God. I was really deep in praying. I found myself, I would say that was even the point. that was the time of my life that I was even very, very, very close to God. Like I was, in fact, me and God was 5 and 6. Even walking on the streets and praying. Yes, even walking on the street and praying. Whatever I'm doing, I was acting crazy, And until the light, God's light shined upon me. The truth was that I didn't find it um like okay to talk to somebody. It would have killed me, and I'm not advising anyone to do that. you know it takes only someone who is strong to um hold the I was almost at the edge of exploding. That was just it. I was at the edge of, even like, if I was a suicider, I think I would have done that, but I'm not a suicidal person. So it's not, I can't really remember what happened, but the truth is that I couldn't talk to anybody. Yeah, my mom was my backbone then. I was telling her everything, and she was like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm praying for you. Everything is going to be fine." I think she was the only person I was like, telling what I was going through. Oh, what's happening? The enemies have come again.
Fire.
Enemies on the internet. They don't want me to talk. Yeah. So at that time, yeah, and then I had my my sister friend. She's like blood to me. She's, I would say, the closest person to family. She's family. She's my sister. When you have a relative that is more than a best friend, that is more than a sister. Yeah, she was the person I remember I had like related to. I had discuss my problems with, and every time she'll be telling me, "Don't worry, it's going to be fine, it's going to be fine, it's going to be fine, everything will be fine, just calm down, just keep trying, keep pushing, keep trying." She's like, keep trying, keep pushing, like keep throwing money away, don't worry, everything's gonna be fine, everything. So I didn't really, I can't really remember how and that is so bad for me not to remember how I came out from that situation, because that was the worst time, one of the worstest time of my life that I'm not even supposed to forget at all. But the truth is that I didn't remember how I faced that fears, but I
the
knew
the
that
worst times, how the worst times, how God brings you out is
out,
always a miracle.
it's a miracle. It's like
Always
magic,
a miracle,
It's
yes.
like magic, and then everything that had happened will be like a flashlight to you.
Yes.
You keep, like, once you have that flashlight, you'll be like, "Oh my god, there was a time I was in this kind of situation."
But how
Because
did
the
I get
way
through it?
that, how did I get through it? Then you don't even remember how you got through it. But the thing is that, yes, I know that I was in a very deep, the whole year, 365 days. I think that was in 2018, 2019 to 2018. It was very, in fact, I just can't remember, but I just thank God that, hmm, I just thank God that He found me.
Sure.
God's light found me then. So it was a miracle how, however, I came out from that situation was just God's miracle. That's all I can say. It was just God's miracle. I
Then the
can't really
fourth
remember.
point is don't drink too much alcohol. During your time of depression, don't drink too much alcohol.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. When I had my own depression, I think I was drinking. If I'm not fasting and praying, I was drinking. I was home drinking. If I wasn't fasting and praying, I was home drinking, because I try to run away from my problems. I try to forget the situation. But after that, when you wake up with hangover, then you start having a terrible headache, and you start remembering everything that was pushing you into depression. So yes, do not drink when you are depressed. It makes it worse. You might forget it at that moment, but by the time you wake up, it's gonna be triple. The feelings are gonna be triple the way it used to be.
True, true. And we have the next point, which is try to eat healthy. When you are depressed, try to eat healthy.
Yeah, try to eat healthy, stay healthy. That's the most difficult part for people. That's the most difficult part for people to stay healthy when they are um, depressed. It's
Yeah,
very difficult because you need time to go to the grocery store. You need time to prepare those meals. Except you have someone who makes them for you, then it's
yeah.
fine. Otherwise, staying healthy is very difficult. And
True,
when you, yeah,
true.
the two things that are difficult is staying healthy and abstaining from alcohol. Except you're somebody who doesn't drink at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The
funny
rest,
enough, depression can lead you into being an alcoholic. That's why you need strong support system.
depression can yeah, it can lead you into being an addict, not just an alcoholic. You
True.
can become an addict of any sort. Addiction of drugs, alcohol, things you don't normally usually do, things that are not normal for you. You find yourself doing them.
True. Then the last point before we go is have a routine. When you were depressed, the days, I know the days are over and never coming back, but how did you cope? Did you have a routine?
I didn't have a routine, like a proper routine. No, the routine was just crazy. I just if I'm so tired of going out alone, tired of doing things alone, I find myself home, sleeping, waking up,
Mm.
praying, eating, back to sleep, waking up, praying, eating, back to sleep. And trust me, I wasn't eating healthy. I wasn't fat. I was losing it.
Are we supposed to be fat? When
Yeah,
you
I
are
was
thinking
losing
your
it.
lungs out,
Yeah. So
thinking your
everything I was eating was just going off, like it was as if I was just vanishing.
Mm.
So I didn't have a proper routine. No.
Yeah, that I could. Yeah. So, guys, today we are talking about how to cope with depression. And so far, so good. Stella told us about how she became depressed and how she got over it. And these are the points we talked about. Stay in touch. When you are depressed, do not isolate yourself. Stay in touch. Number
Mm,
two, be more active. Go out. Do something. Ride a bike. Just take a hobby. I would suggest a hobby. You know, take something. But then I would really suggest you doing music. Listen to music and help you out of depression. And not
yeah.
all kind of music. Music has a spirit. If you are playing sex music, you start feeling sexual. If you're
Mm,
playing spiritual music, you start thinking about God. If you're playing depressed music, you start feeling depressed. If you're playing hyper music, you start feeling very hyper. So know the kind of music, know what you're taking in when you're depressed, because when you are depressed, a lot gets to you. Somebody can just say, "How are you?" And you start feeling,
mm,
"Why is she saying, how am I? Don't I look fine
mm,
to you?" Before you know, you start crying. It little thing can get to you when you are depressed. I mean, it might be the most vulnerable time of a person's life. Then
mm.
number three, we talked about face your fears. What was that thing that triggered you? What made you to be in that depression? Is it friends? Is it what friends did to you? What exactly? How did you get to that point that you are depressed? If you can outline those things that is making you feel depressed and brought you, that strong depressing spirit, trust me, you have a 50% chance you have already solved the problem. 50%. So yes, face your fear. Then we talked about number four, which is do not drink alcohol, because depression alone is already a problem. Now, adding problem to problem, in that point of drinking alcohol, you might just feel happy. You might just feel like me. When I taste alcohol like this, I'll just start smiling. I am a laughing person before. I mean, I am a very, very happy person. I'm a very happy child. But now, if I take little alcohol with this hyper activeness in me, trust me, hey God, you'll be like, what's going on? What's going on? So it helps you forget at that point. But when your eye clear, you still have to face, the demon. You still have to face it. So do not abuse, do not take alcohol, do not take drugs, do not take anything that will affect your health. Remember, your health is wealth. Depression
Yes.
will go away, but what is the aftermath of the drugs and the alcohol you have taken? How far will they affect you?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, then we talked about number five, which is try to eat healthy. I mean, this being on a diet is something that even me, like I earlier said, early this year, I said that no, no cola, no sugar. My sister and my brother, I have been drinking that cola for, I've done maybe five colas this year.
For me, I've been doing like no sugar for like a month now. The
Really?
only Yes, yeah. The only thing I think I've been taking is honey, natural honey. But I've not drank Coke, minerals. I've not had sugar. I've been
Wow.
eating, yeah, I've not had sugar itself. I've not had what else has sugar? Juice and all this kind of a thing. No, I've been on strictly water, and then I I started doing no rice also. It's been 2 weeks, but I think on Friday I had sushi which had rice in it. Yeah, so I can actually do that. It's discipline. It's actually discipline. Yeah. So
Ah, ah. I'm not even gonna lie, girl. Did you see my cheeks? No, people have been asking me, why is your cheek so full? It is food though. Immediately I just break fast like this. The way I eat and see. So yes, be on a diet, because one thing I know about dieting, it helps you to be light,
yeah,
it helps you
you
healthy.
look younger than your age.
Younger, yes.
You
Yeah,
live
but girl, I still
longer.
look young.
You live longer. You look younger
Yes.
than your age, and you look healthy,
Mm-hmm.
and you're free. In fact, you hardly fall sick
True.
or start having
True.
some sort of ailment like that.
Yeah.
So eating clean and healthy is very important, even if you cannot do exercise, but eat
Yeah.
clean and healthy and detox at the same time.
Oh, detox is my
Detoxification
best
helps.
friend. That is my go-to. I detox like once a week, and in between weekends I take garlic and lemon. Like before I eat anything, that is my first thing I take on a Friday, a Saturday morning. So it will
Yeah.
be clear before Monday, then I have to go out.
Well,
Then the last point we talked about is have a routine. Now, a normal human being should have a routine. Depression starts when you even do not have a routine. Let's say somebody just triggers something in you just forget. See, people will have tons of things to do. Just because of depression, they leave it outside.
yes,
No,
that's
you're still
true.
going to come back to those things, like I earlier said. So um being having a routine will help you 1,000 times, will help
Mm-hmm.
you, because you know that you have something to look up to in the morning. There's something
Yes.
to do, there's something. So have a busy mind. I think that's just it. Let your mind be busy. Let your mind be busy. Do not stay in one place and you're assuming, okay, this thing. No, nothing's going to take care of itself when you are not there. So,
Yeah.
guys, I want to say thank you so much. I want to say to Stella, thank you for coming on. And do
You're
not forget,
welcome.
guys, we come on live on YouTube, Talk with Mercy and Stella, every Sunday. Every Sunday. We normally do this on Facebook, but then we are like, okay, please, we all have YouTube channel. A lot of people are not on Facebook and they would want to participate. So
Yes.
I mean, people are looking for information. They come to YouTube, not
YouTube to
Facebook.
search.
So
Yeah.
then we say, okay, let us do this. So guys, we are here every Sunday, normally 2 o'clock. Hi, Gillette. See you at the other side. You're welcome. I was just rounding up. We talked about how to cope with depression, yeah, maybe you should watch the video again. Please like, comment, and share. We are going over to
Tell us.
what
You guys are coming over to mine.
that what's the name of the channel?
Stella Lilbaka.
Okay, so we're going over to Stella and Lynn Becker's channel. So we continue. I will be taking my side of the story on how God saved me from depression. So you want
Mm.
to hear my story? Let's go over. Okay, see you over there, girl. In a minute.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, bye bye.